Yeah, I told you guys I might be back, and here I am. Billy Joe Saunders versus Canelo Alvarez for the middleweight championship of the world. Wow, what a fight this is going to be. Finally, in boxing, we get the two best fighting each other, thankfully. This does not happen often in boxing, and the fact that we're getting it right now is awesome. We need to appreciate it because this is a rarity in boxing, really. So yeah, Canelo Alvarez, he's the champ. He's the champ. Let's be honest. He's the champ. And Billy Joe Saunders is the challenger. Even though Billy Joe does technically have a belt, Canelo's coming in as the true champ. And Billy Joe Saunders is going to see if he could dethrone Canelo. And this is going to be a great fight. Canelo fighting out the orthodox stance. Billy Joe Saunders fighting out the southpaw. I believe Canelo's going to have a power edge over Billy Joe, but I believe Billy Joe is going to be slightly quicker. Both men are really quick, but I think Billy Joe is going to be slightly quicker than Canelo. And in this fight, you know, Southpaws are used to facing Orthodox fighters. Orthodox fighters are not used to facing Southpaws. With the experience Canelo has, I'm sure he is. But, as a generality, Orthodox fighters have more struggles against Southpaws. And, because shots are coming in at different angles. There's what you call it, the way you slip, the way you evade. It's completely different because the lead hand is on the opposite side, so it's completely different. It's a completely different game when an Orthodox fighter is fighting a southpaw and when an Orthodox fighter is fighting another Orthodox fighter. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Canelo handles him. And I don't think Canelo has fought a southpaw as slick as Billy Joe. This fight is going to be very, very interesting. Uh, you know, I, in general, southpaws versus orthodox fighters, they fight for the outside foot. It creates better angles for them, more openings, and just overall, you're controlling the distance and the range and the space when you take that outside foot. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, this is gonna be a great fight. Very intrigued. Billy Joe is gonna be a tough matchup for Canelo. We're gonna see, man. Canelo's getting a lot of hype, but so is Billy Joe. There are a lot of people out here thinking Billy Joe's gonna win. Man, it's tough. It's a hard one to predict. It could go either way, truly. I don't think anyone's gonna get finished here. If anyone were to get finished, I do think it would be Billy Joe, but I don't think anyone's getting finished because I think Billy Joe's too tough, and Billy Joe doesn't have knockout power to take out Canelo. So ultimately, I'm going to predict Canelo Alvarez very hesitantly, though. Very hesitantly. I could 100% see Billy Joe winning 7 or 8 of the rounds. But more than likely, what I think is going to happen is Canelo's going to work the body, work the head, and you know what I'm saying? And he's going to throw a lot of feints at. Well, no, I think Billy Joe's probably going to throw more feints at Canelo than Canelo throws at Billy. But I think Canelo is going to be able to read those feints, see Billy, eventually able to adapt to Billy Joe's movement and be able to counter him and land big shots. I don't think he's going to be able to drop Saunders and especially won't be able to knock him out. But I think just landing those big power shots will add up on the scorecard, and Canelo will eventually get a decision over the 12 rounds. But yes, I am very excited for this fight. My final prediction is Canelo Alvarez via decision. If Billy Joe wins, we know Billy Joe, like, it's going to be an automatic rematch for Canelo. That's just the way it is. It's just the way boxing is. But boxing is corrupt, so Billy Joe might win, but they scored for Canelo or scored a draw. That's what they did with Triple G. Triple G beat the shit out of Canelo in the first fight. Let's be honest, but they scored that fight a draw. Same with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury beat the shit out of Wilder in that first fight. Guess what happened? They scored it a draw because boxing judges are corrupt. It's different from MMA judges. MMA judges are just incompetent and don't and a lot of the rules are subjective, let's be honest. In boxing, literally the judges are just corrupt. They're just corrupt. Straight up. But yeah, that's all I got for you. This is gonna be a great fight. It's more interesting than the UFC fight card, let's be honest. But yeah, told y'all I might come through and I did. Um and yeah, I'm gone. Might have post fight reactions, might not. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. When I say post fight reactions, I mean both the UFC and this boxing card. have a joint reaction video, but on those cards. But I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, now I'm really gone.